The Canucks are making some big roster changes, and this Hoglander stat is insane. I'll get into that later on this episode. Before I start, I just want to say thanks for getting us to 500. This is outstanding. I just want to say thanks to everyone that is subscribed, everyone that's going to subscribe. This channel is just under 2 weeks old, and just seeing you guys subscribe and enjoying the videos, it's just outstanding. So make sure to go down, hit the subscribe button. We'll be here all season long giving you updates from all around the Canucks, from rumors, game recaps, prospect updates, anything you can think of. Well, that, let's hop straight into the first topic today, which is Arshdeep Bains gets the call up. Now, I did hint at this a tiny bit yesterday in the video where Rick Tocchet was kind of talking about Bains. He just kind of unpromptedly just spoke about him, said we wanted to call him up. And as you can see here from the Vancouver Canucks PR, General Manager Patrik Allvin announces today that Jet Wu has been assigned to Abbotsford and Arshdeep Bains has been called up. Now, this is just outstanding. Like I said yesterday, Bains has been just outstanding, honestly, in the AHL. We've seen him win the AHL All-Star MVP, and he really deserves this call-up. When you do look at this, Dakota Joshua is out week to week with his hand injury. He was at the press conference saying he had his hand inside of his jacket pocket, and he didn't really speak too much on it. But with him going down, Rick Tocchet just spoke out. He said, we'll probably grab someone, maybe a Bains or something. I think I see him up, said Tocchet after practice during the media scrum. And just looking at Bains this season, he has done everything and more for a guy that's been undrafted, and the Canucks just picked up an absolute gem. I mean, when you do look at Bains, like I said, he's an undrafted player out of the WHL. This is his second year with the Canucks. In his first season, 13 goals, 25 assists for 38 points. And just this season, in 42 games, he has 9 goals, 30 assists, and 39 points. This guy has nothing really to prove in the AHL, and it's his time to get his call up to the NHL. I know Jet Wu, put the Ric Flair memes in. With Jet Wu coming up, he did get some practice in. He watched the games from the press box. He never got into this lineup. But seeing Dakota Joshua down with an injury, especially being week to week, I think this is where we could truly see him get into the lineup. I mean, right now, I would not touch this top six. The top six has been great. But with this third line, Teddy Blueger has been good. I do like Connor Garland a lot on this line. Him and Dakota Joshua were outstanding. And Ilya Mikheyev hasn't been the greatest on this third line. I think there's a couple of games where you look at him and you just kind of say, with these Mikheyev's stats right here, 1 assist in the past 5 games. He's a -3 over this span. He has a total of 8 shots on goals. His shooting percentage is obviously a 0 as he hasn't scored. He has been getting meaningful minutes. I mean, 13, then it went down to 9.5, 13, 15, 15. He hasn't laid a hit. He hasn't blocked a shot. He has 1 faceoff loss, but I mean, realistically, this guy shouldn't be taking faceoffs. It was just someone getting thrown out, maybe Teddy Blueger on this line. But I do think it's time to really look at this line and say, hey, why don't we just insert a guy like Arshdeep Bains, get Bains in here, get him a few reps. He's proven, like I said, he's proven to be a outstanding AHL player. He won AHL All-Star MVP for a reason. And seeing him within this Canucks lineup, I think he fits perfectly into this third line. You get him a few reps, you get him a few shelter minutes with a guy like Garland. Teddy Blueger, you don't throw him to the Wolves and to the top 6. And the big thing with this is Mikheyev is currently playing on the second power play. So getting a guy like Bains into this third line, like I said, would give you the opportunity to get him into just a few minutes on the power play, just whatever it might be, just get him more reps, see what he's like. And honestly, if he does stay within this lineup and a guy like Dakota Joshua comes back, maybe you do keep Bains up, maybe you keep him into this bottom 6, maybe you slide him up if there's an injury, whatever it might be. I don't think this kid's going to just come up, watch games from the press box, get practices in. I mean, if that's the worst case and that's what does happen, at least he's getting the NHL experience. And like I said so much in yesterday's video, getting him up, getting him a taste of this club, he's going to want to stay. He's going to do everything in his power to stay with the big club, stay up, and just make his impact. Now, with that, what's your guys' thoughts? Do you think getting him up, just get him some practice and don't really get him into games? Or do you think this is the perfect time with Dakota Joshua being out that you can kind of get him reps on this third line? But with that, let's hop into the second topic today, which is this Hoglander stat is insane. Now, when you do look at Hoglander, this is just Rick Tocchet kind of speaking on him. He's a home run hitter for us. And this was after Thursday morning skate. He comes up with some big goals for us. Now, when you do look at Hoglander, I know everyone knows what he's been doing. He's been outstanding in his limited time scoring. But when you do look at this, Hoglander is the most efficient goal scorer in the NHL this season. No one has done so much with so little. Despite his 5 on 5 time averaging just 10 minutes and 47 seconds per game, Hoglander still has 17 goals. His goal scoring rate of 1.82 5 on 5 goals per 60 minutes leads the entire NHL. And this is behind a guy where it's, a little known name in Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews is leading the goal in the NHL, and seeing just Hoglander being ahead of him in 5 on 5 time, he's putting up more goals during the 60 minutes of 5 on 5 time. This kid's legit, and I think we're really going to see a breakout in the second half. If you do look at this, like I said, he is currently stationed onto this top line. He's been looking outstanding with a guy like Lindholm and Pettersson, and I really truly do think he stays there. I mean, the stats don't lie. How do you take a guy like this out of your top lines if he's putting up a higher gold rate than a guy like Austin Matthews if you adjust their minutes? Do I think he's going to score 70 goals? No. But I do think Hoglander truly has a chance to hit 30 goals this year, especially onto this top line. I mean, you look at Hoglander so far this year, I want to just give a shout out to the Canucks management for giving him that 1 year into the AHL, just kind of get his footing. Obviously, he was struggling in the NHL. Last season, 3 goals, 6 assists, 9 points, and he was a -4. He wasn't doing anything outstanding, but I just want to say, in just 11 minutes average time on ice, he has 17 goals, 7 assists for 24 points. This is the average time on ice where a lot of fourth liners get, a lot of maybe third line specialists. This guy is putting up record numbers on a fourth line. Like I said, 17 goals. When you do look at this, at his 1.82 5 on 5 goals per 60 minutes is leading the NHL, which is almost 2 more than what Austin Matthews is doing. This is it's just an insane stat. I seen this and I had to really take a double take on this. I had to go check the stats, and this is legit. I do think Hoglander is a star in the making. I think we're truly going to see, like I said, a huge breakout in the second half, and I really think he's going to be a major piece in this playoff run. So what's your guys' thoughts? Do you think Bains should get some reps, like I said, on this third pairing? Or third line? Do you think you put him on the fourth? Do you think you just call him up for practice, get him the taste of the NHL, make him hungry, and send him back down? And what's your thoughts on Hoglander? Do you think he's the next superstar? Do you think he's the next star? Or do you think this is just a bit of a hot streak? Anyways, that's it for this episode of Canucks Digest. If you enjoy this episode, like I said, make sure to go down, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share this with your friends, your family, everyone. I love reading through the comments. Let me know where you're watching this from, and take care.